Okay, hey guys, how y'all doing? Yes, I'm back with another book review and I'm gonna continue. This is part two, okay, of yes, The Mother Next Door. All right, so I did a little brief, summary about this book and what I thought was gonna happen, and I was close. I was pretty close. Yeah, like I said, it was about this girl, about this lady. Her name was Teresa. She had just moved into this cul-de-sac somewhere near DC with her husband, her new husband, and her daughter. And and if y'all seen part one, and I was saying how I didn't know if the daughter was actually this guy Brad's, but come to find out it wasn't even Teresa's daughter. Mm. She had adopted Lily. Yes, yes, yes. She had adopted Lily. And man, the ending of this book, I'm telling you, if you want a scandalous, or you want to read something just scandalous, you read this book. I'm telling you, this book right here. I mean, the ending really I thought, I kind of figured that the girl Daphne Brown was accused. She was accused, but she was innocent. You know what I'm saying? She was wrongfully accused, and they wound up killing her for it. Yes, it was actually Kendra. I said that I thought maybe that they had did something to her, and yes, Kendra, like the head of the Ivy Five, she actually pushed her over the bridge. Hmm you know, Jealousy, envy, because she was their babysitter. Yeah, she babysitted for a lot of them women, and they were kind of jealous. You know how she was young, beautiful. She had a whole life ahead of her, and they thought maybe she thought she was perfect or something, or they thought that maybe she thought she was gonna be a better mom because she had a baby too. She had a baby, yes, and yeah, she had like they lured her out of that. She was babysitting that night. And they lured her out. They sent Alice to tell her, what the Kendra wants you to bring the no, it wasn't Kendra. It was actually Jackie wants you to bring her daughter home. So Ellen was with her when she did that walk and seeing what they did. And she was behind it all. It was Jackie's daughter, the one that I told you who was jealous because for the fact that Teresa had slept with her dad and her mom went away because of it. Oh yeah, she had a revenge out for all of them because she's also seen what they did to Daphne that night because she liked Daphne. Daphne was a babysitter, and they had the wrong girl to hold. This was a mess. This was a mess, and poor Daphne Brown never got any justice at the end. Let me tell you something. When it all came out in the end, and Ellen told Teresa and Kendra, they had them all up there on the bridge, and Kendra finally admitted that she did push Daphne over because of jealousy and envy. She thought that she was running around with Jackie's husband. Couldn't find out she wasn't. Couldn't find out it was Teresa. Get child. Listen, Teresa just fell in line. She didn't call the authorities tonight because the reporter girl kind of figured like something was going on. Something had happened. You know what I'm saying? And she was trying to bring it all in the open, but Teresa wound up covering it up for them so she could be a part of the Ivy Five. And I would just say to myself, this is accountability. Like on some real like really Kendra got away with murder, and the rest of the girls was accessory to where they got away with it. But Alice wound up moving away at the end. She wound up leaving. I guess she just couldn't take it no more. I don't blame her. Like, she just left. So it was just the Ivy Four, and this new girl walked up named Kendall, and she was already Teresa already was talking trash about something. What is the eyelashes she got on? And saying little this, and that. And telling something, yeah, she gonna have to earn her earn what to be sneaky, conniving, I mean lies, and what she have to prove that. I mean, what do she have to prove to be really part of the Ivy Five? That what? Hmm, I don't know, but I just said to myself, well, the author who wrote this book is really good. I mean, it was a very good story. You know, I had to do a part one for this, and because it was just so juicy, and I just wanted to know like what the heck, what is going on. But I'm like saying to myself like, where's the accountability? And these women are like just moving on with their lives, having parties and things. But a girl died, and no one seems to care that she actually lost her life because of foolishness. Because because first of all, they ran with their imagination. Jackie pinned it on this girl, thinking that she was the one having an affair with her husband. It wasn't her. It was actually Teresa. Yes. They turned around on Ellen because Ellen basically set it up, was sending all the messages, doing all the dials and this and that, really to get them to be guilty enough to want to confess about what they did to this girl. But no, no. They swept it right up under the rug. Teresa swept it under the rug. She ain't want to deal with it. And for the fact that Daphne was actually Lily's mother. Yes, Teresa actually adopted Daphne's daughter. Ain't isn't that something? Isn't Oh my goodness, this book was a mess, guys. Listen, listen. If you want a scandalous book, and read this. This is just scandalous. And at the end, yeah, she was still part. Teresa was still part of the Ivy Five. She was wearing her pin. It was graduation day, and Ellen was valedictorian. And in the background, I think it was her mother who had showed up. Yeah, for the graduation. Because, like I said, her mother. Because what happened was the reason why her mother wasn't in her life because Kendra went to Jackie and told her, "Listen, you go back and you just get out of here because at the end of the day, I will blame um Daphne Brownbird on you. Even though Kendra said she did it, she said she will put it on her because she had all the reasons and had all the evidence that will point towards Jackie and why. So she told Jackie to get out of town and never come back. Yes, sent that girl mother away and whatever. She ran scared, left her husband because Kendra done killed this girl, and she would say, "Should it would be easy for me to pin it on you?" Yes, child. But at the end, Ellen went by, after it was all said and done that night, Ellen went by Kendra house and was talking to her. And Kendra admitted, yeah, I killed her. Yeah, I did. Because Kendra was like, yeah, because, you know, she was jealous of her. She was young. She had a whole life ahead of her. And she seen how the men just really liked Daphne, the men in the neighborhood, you know, because she would babysit their children. And her husband really was like always talking good about her. And Kendra didn't like that. Kendra did not like that. And so she already had a vendetta against Daphne. So when they lured her out there on that bridge and whatever, and they was all like, yeah, we know you running around with our husbands, this and that. But Daphne wasn't running around with none of them. She was just a new mother, and her baby father had left her high and dry. That's why they moved to that town. You know what I'm saying? He had wound up leaving her, and she felt some kind of way about that, and she was trying to figure out her way, and she was babysitting for them to make extra money so she can, you know, go to school and wind up moving. And so, but her mother, they was Miss Browns. They didn't want nothing to do with her baby. They put her baby up for adoption, got rid of her baby. It was like they didn't want nothing to do with it. So what happened was Ellen husband, I mean Ellen father, Greg, the one that Teresa was running around with, was actually having an affair with. Because it all came out, Kendra put two and two together and was like, oh, okay, wait a minute. It was Teresa. She was the babysitter because Teresa, she has an allergic reaction to bees and she had got stung. And Kendra remember taking her to the emergency room. And she was like, yeah, I knew that girl Teresa from somewhere. She wound up putting two and two together. And I was just like saying to myself, yeah, but this girl is dead because of all your foolishness. No one's being held. No one. They just swept that under the rug as a suicide and left it at that. Not the fact that the girl Teresa even living in her house now, because that death was supposed to be for you, Teresa, not for Daphne. You know what I'm saying? Now she's just living in her house. She got her daughter, raising her daughter, and everything else. Yes, that was it. I don't know what y'all think about the. Y'all should read this. I don't know if y'all even should read it because it's just like, it's like, so like, What do you say about stuff like that? And really pretty much got away with it. Yeah. But I wouldn't say she recorded her on her phone, so she was gonna hold that over her head just in case you wanted something. Let me tell you something. If I feel as though like if anybody found out that you're holding something of theirs that will actually jeopardize their lives, their livelihood and whatever, they'll get rid of you too. Right? She's talking some she gonna hold it just in case she needs some leverage. Leverage, miss. If she ever find out that you have that recording of her admitting that she had killed that girl Daphne, what makes you think she won't kill you? I mean, come on now. I would think that. I would think that like, oh, she knows my secret. You know what I'm saying? What makes you think she ain't even planning to get rid of you? I would have just went to the authorities, I think, and was like, look, this is the evidence, this is what I have or whatever, because you never know who's on this list for her to X out now that they know her secret. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe this is the way I think, but I don't know. But yeah, she wanna use it just in case she need to, blackmail her for something. So she just gonna keep it. Everybody's gonna keep the secret just in case they need to blackmail her or put her in line or something like that or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, it was a good. She read this is a good book. I mean, I'm like, I was like, damn. And Teresa, I'm just like, child, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Hey, no one's perfect in this world, right? As they say. But yeah, I feel kind of bad for it though. I'm just saying to myself, like, dang. Yeah, well, at least I guess, but Teresa really do love her daughter and been raising her very well as best as she can, doing nothing but the best for her. And so I guess we could look at it that way and just hopefully definitely find some peace wherever she at, and maybe in her next lifetime or whatever. And I just feel like, yeah, but somebody really need to be held accountable that this girl died for whatever reason. And I just felt like it maybe it could be a part two of this. Mm, you know what I'm saying? Where they actually get what's coming to them. Mm, yeah. All right, guys, that was it. That's part two of that. The mother next door. I'm telling you, Tara Laskowski. Mm. All right, guys, I want to thank y'all for joining me. And remember to like, subscribe, and comment. If anybody read this book, like, comment. How did y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about the ending of this book? Like, all right, I mean, do you think it was good? Maybe they should have just kept since it was 13 years later, you know? And I don't know, but somebody comment. Tell me. And you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about maybe getting a book group together. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could maybe once a month we get together and maybe actually talk about the book that we read and how y'all feel about it and what y'all think about it and how good you think it was. I mean, let's just have like a book club. How about that? Because I don't know if I'm gonna be doing too many of these book reviews because mm, they're a little something else. But if I do, maybe we can all do them together online or something like that. That would be something nice. And then it'd be like a different points of view from different people, and different opinions of the book and how could they relate to it and how they can not relate to it, but yeah, I'm thinking it'll be something good that we could probably do. I think it'll be interesting, very interesting. Yeah. All right, so if y'all interested, just send me a message or whatever, and I want to say thanks for joining me, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, guys. All right. Love you.